Thank you. This is what democracy looks like. I am just feasting my eyes. This is the energy that we need. We need to build a broad movement across all of our struggles for peace, justice, and democracy, because we are all up against the wall. We are all under attack. It will take all of us to fight back. And I'm so grateful to everyone who's here, because we are the ones we've been waiting for. And today is just our beginning. All these crises that we are facing, of crushing inequality, climate collapse, endless war that's going nuclear, the assault on our democracy, and a big shout out to those brave, valiant protesters at Stop Cop City. That's another place where these crises are all converging. As Martin Luther King told us, these crises are all joined at the hip in what he called the triple evil of racism, militarism, and materialism. We can't fix one without fixing them all. That's why we need a big movement that joins us together, because divided we are conquered, but together we are unstoppable. As Martin Luther King also said 60 years ago, U.S. militarism is the greatest purveyor of violence that the world has ever known. Its wars abroad go hand in hand with its wars at home, targeting working people, the poor, and marginalized. The war machine is impoverishing and endangering all of us. Everyone needs to know that, and it's up to us to help get the word out and educate people to overcome the 24/7 propaganda machine that has really just, numbed people's brains to where they are just sleepwalking. We need to help wake them up. That war machine is costing 2/3 of our discretionary budget when you include the war at home, like DHS and prisons and law enforcement. And we are all in the nuclear target hairs. The costs are off the charts, as you may know, $840 billion, exceeding the next 9 biggest national military spenders combined. Our 250 military interventions in just the last 30 years, 68 plus regime changes since the Second World War, and a staggering 6 million lives lost and 38 million displaced to the U.S. war on terror. And here we are complaining about Russia's war, which, yes, is a horrific war, but it pales in comparison to the war of the U.S. empire, in which this provoked war with Russia, it is just one in a long, endless line of murderous regime change wars provoked by the USA. We must bring them all to a stop. I just want to mention one term which is very important for educating people. That is full spectrum dominance. Does that ring a bell to anybody? So say after me, full spectrum dominance. Full spectrum dominance. This is the official military policy of the United States, made public going all the way back to 1992, which basically declares that any economic or military competitor will not be allowed to rise, not even to aspire to local prominence. This is what is generating our regime change wars, in particular the war against Russia, to prevent it from becoming even a regional threat. This is also dictating our war against China. And how idiotic can you be to think that we could take on 2 superpowers at once and be driving them together? That, plus the incredible nuclear game of chicken that our misleaders are playing, that are putting us all at risk of nuclear war. Did you know that it only takes a handful of these megaton nuclear bombs now? These are not like the Hiroshima bombs of decades ago. These are 1,000 times stronger, and it only takes a handful to basically create nuclear winter that will starve billions of people. So anyone who thinks that the nuclear war happens over there, don't worry about it. You've got another thing to learn. The nuclear war happens to all of us. We need to stop it. We need to stop NATO. We need to stop the U.S. militarism and empire. It's us to do it. As Alice Walker says, the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing that we have it to start it. We have it. We're going to use it. Let's start it today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jill.